గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ రేడియో సురభి శ్రోతలందరికీ హార్దిక స్వాగతం. మేము వచ్చేసాము మరొక ఎపిసోడ్ ఆఫ్ పవరింగ్ పాసిబిలిటీస్ పవర్డ్ బై జోహో. We have a very inspiring guest joining us today, and without further ado, let me introduce Pushkar. Hello, Pushkar. Good morning.
Good morning, Venu. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. It's Saturday morning. The weather is finally getting to be nice. So, yeah, what else can you ask for?
True
Uh,
that.
Awesome,
Maybe a cup
awesome.
of tea.
Well, I am a huge fan of black coffee, and I'm on my third. So if you see me being a little hyper, blame it on coffee.
No problem.
All right, Pushkar, I thank you for sharing your bio. And first of all, thank you for coming on to this interview with us. What you did with with your company is truly inspiring and let's just say earth breaking innovation. We'll talk more about that. But before that, can you briefly introduce yourself to our Radio Surabhi listeners?
Sure. So, hi, listeners. I'm Pushkar. I'm from India, from a tier three city called Kolhapur. So, I'm Maharashtrian by birth. And when I completed my graduation in mechanical over there, I did not have any idea. I was like, hey, I want to do something, and I just took a flight. So, my first flight in my entire life was from Mumbai to New York. So, I came directly in 18 hours of flight. I did not have any idea what I was doing, but so far so good. I managed. So I completed my master's in robotics. I worked with a couple of companies, a couple of clients like Boeing. Then I completed few products for companies, and here I am in the robot studio coding humanoid robots now, and we are doing some cool stuff here too.
That is an understatement. When you say doing cool stuff, that is an understatement. So you are the CTO of Robo Studio,
Yes.
and okay. So you did your master's in robotics. Was that a coincidence or was that intentional, Pushkar, that you did
So
your master's there?
yeah, when I was doing mechanical, it was good. Understanding, I liked it, but I always had this sense that hey, I could do something better. So I started exploring electronics. I started doing some PCB projects and coding, and from there I went to one of the workshops called as Learn Robotics. So I went there, and they were basically teaching us how to code RC cars for like autonomous vehicle section, right? So
Hmm.
from there I started, and I was like, hey, I want to do this more. So I just started looking for courses like what shall I learn next, right? So and NYU was one of my options. Then Australia was my another option. So then the COVID thing happened, and I was only left with NYU option. So, and they were good enough to offer me a scholarship for on my portfolio because until then I did like a lot of things in my bachelor's, like a lot of events, theater. I built like a ATV car, and you name it. I was not always in the classroom, rather than I was always in the competitions and stuff. So from there, I just gauged. I got this into like admission and came here.
Well, I've bunked classes too, but I didn't do any useful stuff that you mentioned. And
I bunked classes, but my marks were really good.
okay, well, you and I are very different in that from that aspect. So let's not go into that. It will make me depressed. So
No, no, we are at the same stage right now. So you are the host. So I think you did something good too.
I hope so. I hope so as well. All right. So you finished your masters, and what happened next?
So I got an internship. So this is a very funny story.
Hmm.
I was applying rigorously for internship for my last semester, and I don't even know the count anymore because I was just apply. I was just applying. So
Hey, hindsight, don't you think you would have wished you had a robot to do those applications for you?
Absolutely. Nowadays I use AI,
You
but
know
I
what?
don't even apply
I'm
anymore.
just going to patent that idea right now because it's a very very valid situation, right? Applying for jobs on someone's behalf.
Sure,
I'm
sure.
just kidding.
You do you want to have a new job, I guess?
Oh, okay, I'm set for now. I'm set for now.
Okay, good. So, we went in on like a vacation over Catskills in New Jersey, and when we
Okay,
were coming back, we stopped at Indian restaurant, and my senior was there, and I just started talking, and my senior was like, "Hey, I recently joined this company, and you might be able to do some work at for us because your experience matches." So I said yes. I didn't even know what the company name was. So I just literally went to Seattle after that. I was and next thing I was on Boeing's airbase, working for like a soft robotic arm, signing the airplanes. I was on standing on the airplanes, so that was different experience altogether.
no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I came to Dallas, settled down a little bit for a stable job, and did do second job here. And this is my recent one. I recently joined here, and now I do humanoids.
Okay. Well, you said recent. How recent? And what's the name of your company?
Yes.
I know it.
So
I know it. I did my
yeah,
research, but
for
I
for
wanted
for
you
the
to
audience,
for the
for the
audience. Yes.
audience, the company name is the Robot Studio. What we do over here is we rent humanoid robots specifically to people so that they have the latest technology in their hands, and this could be on various occasions. Most of the times, it is on parties and corporate events, B2B kind of clients, because humanoid is eye catcher, and because of us, one of our clients did get a huge client dinner. So that was one of the responses we get. But then, so far so good. This is working. And apart from this, what we do over here is technological advancements. When humanoids land up over here in the US or manufactured once they leave the manufacturing doors. Apart from that, we put our intelligence into it, and we code it in such a way that it is more productive. Because what we saw in the market is that humanoids are good, excellent. It's kind of like a good base layer, but then
Mm,
it's not doing much right now.
mm,
And we wanted to close up that gap. So we are
okay.
very research heavy and very tech heavy company, but we do rentals for parties so that we have some cool bling as well.
No kidding about the bling part. So, robos at an event, entertaining and doing a lot more. What lot more can you do? What can you do?
So
What can it do?
recently we have our new robot called Buzz. Buzz is able to literally talk to you. I literally look at you and say, "Hey, this is venue," right? So that can be done. Buzz is able to look around and tell and explain what kind of environment the robot is in. Then he can hold up the conversations like what we are talking right now. Even better, he has a better sense of humor than me, I believe. And
Well, you
so,
coded it, so it must be at least
well, yeah.
so that must have come from you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I did. That can be done. A couple of cool dances. That thing can dance on Zara Larson, Lush Life, and whatnot. So we cook on crazy dances over here. My part is like to test them really, really at the level. So I really pick up the hard parts first, so that if anybody comes in and hey, they say like, "Hey, we need this dance," I was like, "Yeah, this can be doable. Don't worry. I've trained this for harder things. This is very easy for him."
Oh,
So
really? Can you dance for like Hindi numbers or Telugu numbers and all that?
yes, yes, we had this
Oh
recent
boy.
request. Yes, we
Uh-huh.
did, and I am doing that. For talking part, it's kind of difficult to find the correct one, but we are developing. So right now, it can talk in 50 plus languages. That covers almost entire globe. Now we are
Mm,
trying to go into niche languages. For example, Marathi is my mother tongue. Telugu is
mm-hmm.
your audience, probably from that region,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So those languages as well, I'm trying to get into the robot. And basically for US market, we are trying to basically add the southern accent, northern accent. Buzz right now is coded as a Texas homeboy who can talk and walk. We literally have a cowboy hat. We usually wear him cowboy hat as well.
And it probably says howdy, right?
Yeah, he
Mm.
says all that stuff.
Okay, okay, cool. So when was your first humanoid put into the real application? What year was that?
See, when we started with like a smaller robot, which is
Sure.
it's a very cute robot, Booster K1. It's like 3 feet height and size of a
Okay.
kid, and kids love it all the time at the party. So we started with that, and that happened in approximately February mid, because Aaron is the founder of this company.
Mm.
He wanted to join, but sorry from his behalf that he couldn't for religious purposes. But Aaron started this company. Aaron knew this. There is a need in the market, and he started doing all the rentals. And we met, and I said to him that, hey, this robot could be codable. So I started from Booster K1. So that was the
Mm-hmm.
first robot, and that was that is good robot to develop with. So I played around a lot. We have harnesses and stuff for the robots to hang them and make sure they don't fall, and you know so it's a our our facility is quite unique. I would say we have robot harnesses, and on the next floor we have a pool table too. So we started with Booster, and that involved a lot of Python programming, Bash
Mm-hmm.
scripts, Linux,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
cloud hook, web hooks, and stuff. And yeah, it's you can say that it's an intersection between robotics and AI, because that's exactly how you can put it in.
Fantastic. Thank you so much so far for sharing that information. Meer Vintunaru, Powering Possibilities, powered by Zoho, and we have the CTO of the Robo Studio, Pushkar, joining us with us this morning. So, Pushkar, I recently saw this somewhere. You know the Frozen movie, right? The Disney one.
Yeah, yeah.
I think in Disney World or somewhere they have this humanoid in the character of Olaf,
Okay.
the snow person, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the kids loved that, and so yeah, I can see this evolving over time. So have you considered making such characters, like some popular characters
Oh yeah.
into humanoids? Yeah.
Oh yeah, right now we have Jarvis, and this comes from a tech person, because my first initial response is Iron Man, right? That's my
I
ideal. Iron Man, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
We want to do
Mm-hmm.
that, right?
Mm-hmm. Of
So
course.
so right now we have Jarvis, we have The Rock, and couple of Marvel characters, Disney characters. So the booster, the smaller robot, it's we call it Stewie because it is inspired from Stewie Griffin's character,
Mm.
and it exactly talks in that way, has same sense of humor and everything. We also have Cortana, Siri, everything. So we are creating more and more characters, not only in coding aspect but also in visual aspect, because what we do when we go to an event is that sometimes clients have requests, hey, we have a
Mm-hmm.
corporate meeting and we need
Mm-hmm.
like a suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our first robot Benji is a yay height, like 5 feet height humanoid robot on metal all. So one girl asked me, like a small kid asked me that, hey, your robot is naked, why is it naked, right? So so we we took that into consideration, and we started wearing him clothes, and and that really turned out great. So you might see Santa Claus in like robot Santa Claus over December or something.
Oh wow, I did not think about that. That would be very popular. I want to make sure it's real you, Pushkar, doing this interview, not some humanoid, like the
Oh,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
good for relations, but I was thinking on a parallel thought that hey, next time our robot might do this interview.
We should do that. I'm gonna hold you accountable for that.
Sure.
So right now, the application of your, so it's for entertainment, corporate events, and all that. So that's great. And but where do you go from here? What's the next use
Yes.
case that you are thinking?
Yes, as I said, I said that we are technologically heavy company is that we never stop at one a vertical and
Mm,
for entertainment, talk capabilities and making it cool and character development was important. But then that's just one part. Now we are working on teleoperation so that I have a Meta VR and we have this whole studio set. I have a huge GPU
right.
cluster here which
Mm.
on which I cook all the policies, reinforcement learning and stuff. So all math. Sorry, little techie guy. But then
I'm understanding. Yeah, yeah.
so
I
what I'm
yeah.
essentially saying is there is a teleoperation possibility we are exploring right now, so that a person can just like sit in a studio, wear a VR headset, and with that hand gestures, he can entirely operate fully like a humanoid robot, including walking.
Mm,
So you don't need to go outside your studio. That's one part. Second part, what we are exploring is we are getting together multi-robot capacity and performing a routine. Basically, that is called as swarming in robotics language. Basically, that means you would see multiple robots doing some work in synchronization. You know,
mm,
for example, one robot doing interview, other robot explaining him, hey, do this, that, something like that. So or
mm.
maybe in party, two robots would be dancing in a synchronous way, like a
Right.
couple dance, maybe.
That would be interesting. Any other, so you do you any other verticals that you are trying to explore? What I'm thinking is, say, in the
Yes,
medical field or maybe manufacturing. There are so many applications that. So are you
we
exploring any of that or collaborating with anybody in that area?
yes. Recently, we had this call, and we are developing something in manufacturing facility. And
Mm,
second thing, our big new upcoming thing is that our telemarketing agent, which is like Buzz or Benj, is gonna be deployed at a site, and he can take care of everything, right?
mm.
So totally one-to-one customer service robot is something we are looking forward to. You might see us in Walmart and Buzz would be navigating you. Hey, go to this aisle first, get your celeries, go to this aisle, get your donuts and go to this aisle, get your coffee.
Hey, I have a very compelling use case, and if you
Sure.
do go with it, I'm going to demand royalty from you about this. Okay?
Royalty. I
Yes,
might give you a visit at our office.
I'm
Royalty
not.
is
I'm not. I'm
business
not.
is Aaron's part.
I'm not.
Let me put
I'm
it in that
partly
way.
joking, but here is the
Okay.
use case. Okay, can it cook?
It can, but do you want to eat? That's the question.
When it can cook, and if it's edible.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, you will go places, and it will definitely help people like me. I'm just kidding, but I'm only part joking, though, right? I mean,
So,
that's such
yeah,
a very
I
compelling
understand
use
your,
case.
I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. So essentially, the thought process behind this is like if you are deploying a 70 or $80,000 robot somewhere,
Mm,
you
mm.
expect efficiency and repeat cases, right?
Repeatability, yes. Uh-huh.
So if you are able to put a human and give him or her that salary, and human is able to do 20 times more faster thing than robot, that's of no use case for business. That's how
True.
the business world runs.
Absolutely.
Now humanoid robots are built up for efficiency. That's fine. I mean, but
Mm,
more on accuracy and robustness. So they
mm,
can sustain weathers which human cannot, and they can
mm,
have extremely until like 0.01 mm accuracy which human cannot, and
mm,
also the repeatability,
mm,
right? So
mm,
for example, these use cases might be surgeries. different type of robots, but then
Right.
definitely, because one of the hospitals did require us to use our robots in their
Mm,
special facility where they wanted to just pull out the blankets, make sure we deliver some medical aid to the patients and stuff,
mm,
also boosting their morals of the patients. That's also was
mm,
one of the things that we did over there.
mm.
So anything about grasping and making sure it is repeatable, yeah, there are definitely faster developments going on, and way faster than what we are thinking about. I'm the CTO here. Half of my day work goes into coding. A rest of 2 3 hours, whatever, goes into catching up with the news and making sure we are at the edge. And
Right.
I try to stay a little bit late as well so that I play with the robots.
You are not a good role model in that from that aspect. I'm just joking. Uh, no, so but on a serious note, to paraphrase what you said, Pushkar, so
Hmm.
it cannot replace the human element in all cases, but it complements that human ability,
Yes,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
so that's is that what you're suggesting?
Exactly. So having a humanoid actually helps in certain aspects. For
Mm,
example, and this is a hypothetical example I'm saying. So there is an area where humans cannot go, and you cannot risk your own life over there because
true.
loss of human life is extremely not good.
Yeah.
So hu- rather send humanoids. Humanoids can collect all sorts of data there. For
Mm,
example, we are in Texas. This is built on oil and gas. Oil and gas industry is big here in data collection of oil gas pipelines, and that's the way you get your petrol on Shell or
mm,
whichever
mm.
company you go to. Those people who work very very hard, those are the people because of which we get petrol, and they really put their lives every day in the risk.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So with our humanoid, we have all capability to actually map that entire pipelines, get the data out of it. We can exactly say, hey, this is damaged. Not only that, this is damaged at this point, and the damage level is this much percent out of 100%. That's the
Mm,
accuracy we can give rather than putting a human life at a risk. So why not,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah. Right.
And
I
if
mean that.
something goes bad, we can get more humanoids.
Yes, yes. They cost
Yeah,
a little bit, but I mean, you cannot put a price on human life. Another
exactly.
application while you were describing that scenario, Pushkar, that came to my mind is let's go back the 5 6 years, the COVID
Hmm.
crisis. I mean,
Yes,
lot of healthcare providers, the professionals, they really
absolutely.
put their life at stake, in serving people, who were impacted by COVID. That would have been a perfect situation for humanoids to and to be present and doing all those things when you can control the humanoid from sitting in a
Yes,
safe place, right? That would have
correct.
been. I mean, hopefully we never have to endure anything like we
We
did.
hopefully never.
Yeah, so God
That was
forbid.
that was
But
bad time.
yeah, that was the, I mean, worst, you can
Yeah.
say. So, okay, on a funny note, so who gets to name these robots? You
Oh
or
yeah.
Aaron?
Yeah, that's a quite interesting thing. So we sometimes post stories on Instagram having
Mm,
competition, funniest
mm,
name, or we have our team. Natalie is one of our new team members, just recently joined. She's excellently handling all the logistics to make sure robots go over the airplane, and so that is really funny story. I'll tell you later. But then because the people get scared when they see humanoids sometimes, but we are trying to
mm,
reduce that fear. But then yeah, so on the name side, we usually host a competition. Do check us out. Our Instagram page is rent bots, literally rent bots. That's it, simple
then bots, yeah.
works, simple
Hmm.
and works.
Right.
So yeah, over there we host competitions, we host ideas for we are developing a new face because robot face is not that friendly. So
Mm,
we recently developed a new face, like LCD face, where it's very very conversational and emotional, and basically it's very friendly. Once you talk to that, you feel friendly. So that was our main motto about it. But usually people do. Usually people rename things. By the way, so on the airplane story, Aaron did try to get because this was our first event. By the way, first event we got booked. and we need to fly out, right, from Dallas, DFW. So,
Okay. I'm
and
thinking,
you
imagining it
understand
in
how
my
the
head.
yes, you understand how the security and everything, right?
Oh
We
yeah.
sometimes forget our phone or stuff. It's a chaos over there, and we don't want,
Mm.
we personally don't want us over there in that situation, right? And our team apparently thought that, hey, what could happen wrong, right? It's a technologically new world. Everybody knows about these things because we are into this, and we expected everybody should know. That's a dumb thing, but so we walked our robot into airport, okay, and it was like a whole charade. TSA said no, we cannot
Okay.
put our, because imagine there is a robot in your airplane. Imagine that scenario. People are already scared about that. Second thing what happened, we tried to walk our robot into a mall, and Benji almost got arrested. Almost.
But continue that airport story. So how did
Yeah,
you
so
manage to get Benji in?
no, no, definitely not. Because see, metal detectors, and this thing is entirely 5 feet metal with batteries. You
No
see,
kidding. No
and
kidding.
it
Yeah.
talks, and it
Right.
talks. That's
Yeah.
that's a bad recipe for airports, you know. So um, that happened, and this thing happened. So we needed to have a person who manages to ship our robot safely to the client places. So
That is, yeah,
yeah,
awesome. Awesome. It's
but we
it's
get these
fun.
reactions, by the way. We get these reactions all the time. Somebody would be freaked out, and somebody was like, "So there is a recent event in my recent event in California, Apple Valley,
Mhm, mhm.
was that was there was a kid's child's birthday party, okay, and we just hosted Benji over there talking, and Stewie, the little one, Stewie, over there talking, dancing, doing karates and stuff like that, everything that can do, and these kids, they just loved it. So I think kids are our audience, definitely. But now, no, I'm just kidding. But then they just hug the robot, and because they
Oh.
see, for kids, they don't have that curtain of fear when they are doing all these things. For us, we sometimes what happens, because of so much information that we consume, we tend
Mm.
to get fear inside our heads, and we do have
Makes
reactions.
sense.
So what we do in that aspect is to make the robots friendly.
Mm.
Not to, because it could be trained for anything. It could be trained for kicking and karates and stuff. But then we try to at least make sure that the model which it talks is friendly. The movements are friendly. So we are trying to make it a little bit over human side, I would say. But yeah, that has been working very good for us.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, if there was one dance number, Indian dance number that you want to start with, what would that be?
Somebody asked me this
Uh-huh.
recently, and by the way, this is actually in Dallas. Somebody literally asked me to do that. You remember that Ravan Chamak Challo dance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Wanna
that,
be my chamak chalo.
yeah, and I couldn't say no. And it could.
Did that happen?
Yeah, we are in talks, so we are
Oh,
deciding that dance
good, 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 good.
because
I mean, there's so much potential that we can do. And one thing to there's this hidden fear or hesitation, skepticism, whatever you want to call it, that
So I'll
these,
I'll give you an example. When
yeah.
cars were invented, right,
Mm,
at very
mm,
moment when cars were being invented, people wanted to have a faster horse, you know,
right.
because
Mm,
they wanted to go faster. Sometimes what happens is people don't even know they might need this thing, And this was some car manufacturer's code, by the way. This is not mine. But sometimes what happens is the technology does help, but it helps after some time. With robotics, it's exactly the case. What I see in the CTO aspect of robotics is that it's gonna go crazy, and you're gonna see a lot of more robots because it does work and it just helps out really, really well in aspects. So it could be a different application. For now it's entertainment. For next time it could be it could be anything else. But then humanoids and the tech-wise things, you are gonna see more and more and more. We are really stepping forward. And what surprises me is the pace of development, because
Mm-hmm.
what I see, this is my bread and butter, right? To be in tech and to be at cutting edge of AI and robotics. This is my bread and butter. This is what I do every day, from waking up to sleeping, right?
Right.
So what even surprises me is the pace. Like a lot of people are contributing together and getting the technology open source, because a lot of people are enthusiastic to see this working. And
Absolutely.
I
Myself
see,
included.
yes, I see sometimes more development on open source platforms where just developers like me just go and contribute, and companies afterwards take that and make it happen. So
It's a new world we are living in. Well, Pushkar, thank you
yes,
so much. It felt like as if I'm catching up with a friend of mine. Love the
catching up with your
energy.
CS teacher, I guess.
So, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Powering Possibilities, powered by Zoho. And look forward to meeting with you again and maybe hosting one of your humanoids in our
Absolutely.
events.
I'll train that for you. Don't worry.
Thank you so much, Pushkar. Take
Thank
care. Have
you.
a great day.
Thank you. Bye.